throughout my program I talk about leading points. Our hands and our feet are leading points in our daily lives. So if we're going to pick the kettle up, our hand is our leading point. We have a hand-eye coordination, and the body's already preset up for that function. So this is an unconscious competent skill. We need to be able to achieve those skills in the saddle. So we can use our hands and our feet for leading points to train our body for riding skills. For instance, just the open hand, the diagonal split, the half halt. If we're not trained to use our hands independent of our body that's already been preset up, then we're going to go into daily patterns of dysfunction. So for instance, you've more than likely been told before that if you bend your wrist or if you do a half halt with a bent wrist, your whole body follows. So this is a pattern that is inbuilt in our body, and it's a pattern that is led by the hand. Now we can train that pattern for better function. We can train that pattern out to be independent, but we can also use the hand and certainly the feet to train patterns for riding specific. Now this is already assuming that the body has been set up with a good, strong, stable base, because if your hand is your leading point, you can't have your body following, because that's not good back health, and it's certainly not good riding skills. Now one of the things that people get told all the time is use your seat, more deep seat, bring in your core, a deeper seat. Now as humans we are not functionally set up to use our seat as a leading point. So you do need to train that, and one of the little exercises I get people to do, line your feet up with your knees, or line your knees up with your feet, and practice going back with your buttocks, then coming forward. So you focus on your seat, you bend through the hip, you do not bend through the knees, and you go back and then you come forward. So this does require a good strong core, it does require your back to stay in neutral, and it does require your hips to be already neutral. So these are the pre-training exercises and movement patterns. So the function of using your seat in the saddle can be pre-trained as a leading point, because you've trained the setup. Like we've trained the setup for the hands, we train the setup for the seat. Now that's certainly a rising trot movement. Certainly when we come into the rising trot we want the body to be more upright, but as a training pattern we are starting to use the seat as the leading point. Certainly that's a very good exercise for jump riders. Now as an exercise it strengthens the hips, it puts the back into a good lumbar curve or a lordosis, it brings in the core, it keeps our upper body straight. We've already got strong hips and we've got good biomechanical alignment. So just doing the exercise is not advised. The setup to do the exercise is a movement pattern using your seat as a leading point. Now this can improve your riding significantly. So using the hands, the seat and the feet as leading points for movement patterns to achieve functional movement patterns specific for riding is the setup that I give riders. So I hope that's been useful.